County 911. What's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
Okay, where are you at, sir?
I'm on 210. I just crossed the Black River. I'm heading towards 53 East. I just passed Patriots Watch. What the?
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
It was just after midnight when the call came through to the county dispatch center. The operator, a young woman working the night shift, had already handled a few routine calls that evening. Noise complaints, a fender bender, the usual. But this one sounded different. The voice on the other end was trembling. The man was gasping for breath, words tumbling out between sobs. He said there was something outside his house, something massive. At first, the operator thought it might be a bear. She began asking standard questions: location, injuries, description. But the man's next words stopped her cold. It's not a bear. It's standing on two legs. It's watching me through the window. There was silence for a moment, broken only by the man's panicked breathing and a faint rhythmic sound in the background. A low growl, a scraping noise, like claws against wood. The operator tried to keep him calm, asking him to move away from the window, to stay on the line until help arrived. But before she could finish, the man whispered something that would later haunt every officer on the scene. "It knows I called you." And then the line went dead. It started as a routine call, just another late-night report from the back roads of Pender County. Around 11 p.m., a driver crossing the Black River on Highway 2010 phoned 919. At first, his voice was steady. Then came the tremor, the kind that makes any dispatcher sit up. He said he'd seen someone on the roadside, standing still, covered in blood. The dispatcher logged the location near Morris Creek Battlefield, but before he could finish, everything changed. Panic surged, his breathing quickened. Then, a metallic crash, tires screeching. Through static, his voice broke. "That's not human." Next came pounding, heavy blows on the roof, scraping, clawing. He shouted about something in his truck, flicked on the bed light, and saw a pale, distorted face staring back. Then, silence. The call cut mid-sentence. No follow-up, just static, and an open road swallowed by darkness. When the call suddenly cut off, dispatch alerted nearby patrols. Within minutes, deputies and a state trooper were combing the quiet stretch of Highway 210, a lonely road flanked by pine forest and swamp, silent except for crickets and the distant rush of the Black River. They found the caller near Johnson's Corner, parked under a gas station light, pale, trembling, barely able to speak. His truck bore the marks, deep scratches along the roof, dents in the bed, and what looked eerily like claw impressions. No sign of a crash, no blood, no fur. The man swore he'd seen something, pale, hollow-eyed, not human, leap into his truck, pound the roof, then vanish into the woods when he slammed the brakes. Deputies searched for an hour. No footprints, no body, no trace. Only silence. In the days after the call, investigators finally met the man behind it. He was pale, trembling, his voice shaking as he described that lonely drive along Highway 210. He'd been returning home from Florida late at night. No moon, no stars, just the narrow beam of his headlights slicing through darkness. Then, near Black River, something appeared in the ditch, a still figure, standing motionless. At first he thought it was a person, but as his headlights swept across, he froze. It was man-shaped, drenched in blood, wearing a torn Civil War uniform, faded and soaked in red. Thinking it might be someone injured, he reached for his phone to call 911. That's when everything changed. A deafening crash, metal twisting, the rear of his truck jolting under a sudden heavy weight. He flicked on the bed light and saw a face pressed against the glass, pale skin stretched thin, hollow sockets where eyes should have been. Panic surged. He hit the gas, speeding into the night, heart hammering one thought over and over. Isn't human. He floored the gas, the truck roaring through the dark highway, but the thing in the bed wasn't done. Bang. A heavy blow shook the cab, then another. Something pounded the roof, slow, deliberate strikes that echoed through the metal. Between each hit came a sharp scraping, claws dragging across the top like it was trying to tear its way in. Heart racing, he pushed past 80 mph, the road a blur under the dim glow of the dashboard. Then, pure instinct, he slammed the brakes. Tires screamed, the truck lurched, and a pale blur flew over the cab, smashing onto the hood before rolling off into the night. He steadied the wheel, breath ragged, and then froze. It was standing in the road, taller than the hood, taller than the truck, thin limbs dangling, head tilted, watching him. Then, with impossible speed, it turned and vanished into the trees. He didn't look back, he just drove. As investigators dug into the house's past, the mystery only deepened. Records revealed it once belonged to Eleanor Grayson, a widow who vanished one stormy night. Neighbors recalled her obsession with spiritualism, seances, strange symbols, and whispers of a presence that never left. Paranormal teams later detected cold spots and electromagnetic spikes in the basement. Some even captured faint EVP whispers, "Help me," and "It's still here." Former tenants reported the same chilling signs, footsteps in empty halls, lights flickering at 3:11 a.m., and a soft humming rising from below. No one ever lasted more than a few nights inside. And the number behind that mysterious 911 call? It traced back to this very house long after it was abandoned. When investigators traced the 911 call, they expected a victim, not a mystery. The number came from a disconnected landline, inactive for nearly 15 years. Yet it showed a live signal lasting exactly 3 minutes and 11 seconds, the length of the call. Technicians ruled out glitches, logs confirmed it, a non-existent phone inside a house abandoned for over a decade. When officers visited, they found footprints in the dust, leading from the front door to the basement and stopping mid-step. No forced entry, no signs of life, just silence. Experts examined the recording. No edits, no interference, the static, the voice, the distant footsteps, all genuine. To this day, no one knows who or what made that call. Locals whisper that on stormy nights you can still hear a phone ringing inside the house, and at 3:11 a.m., a faint light flickers in the window. Was it the spirit of Eleanor Grayson? Cryptid mimicking a human cry? Or something caught between worlds, a looped echo of terror? Whatever it was, one truth remains. Not every 911 call comes from the living. To this day, the 911 operators who handled that call refuse to forget it. It wasn't just the terror in the caller's voice. It was the sense that something unnatural was happening, something no training could prepare them for. A simple emergency call turned into a chilling legend, a voice crying out for help from a place long abandoned, from a phone line that should have been dead. And yet, it rang, it connected, it left a trace. Whether it was the spirit of Eleanor Grayson forever reliving her final moments, Or a cryptid luring its next victim using the most human sound of all, fear? No one truly knows. But one fact remains undeniable. That night, technology and the supernatural collided. And somewhere in the static, between life and death, a voice reached out and was heard. So the next time you hear your phone ring late at night, especially if the number looks old, strange, or impossible, think twice before you answer, because sometimes it's not the living who are calling. What do you think? Was this a paranormal haunting or something else entirely? Drop your theories in the comments, and if you love unraveling real-life horror mysteries and unexplained 911 calls, don't forget to subscribe for more chilling encounters that will keep you awake tonight.